Welcome to No Excuses. My name is Mary Fran, and today we're going to talk about what I read last week. So last week I actually only read 2 books. Part of that was because the first book I read was just like really slow moving and I felt like it took me forever to get through it. There also was Labor Day. I was off on Friday, so I was doing stuff and life got in the way. But without further ado, let's talk about the 2 books that I did read. The first book was The Code Breaker's Secret, and this one is the one that just seemed like it went on forever. So it starts with a prologue from something that's happening in like the 60s, and it is set in a stage where the lady is talking about how she's lived here in this house since the war, blah, 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 and everything is good. And her daughter finds something. She finds a dead pigeon. And it still has a vial attached to it that indicates that it was from one of the carrier pigeons that they used during the war. Now, I actually read a book about this a while back, and it was an awesome book. That one was fiction. And then I actually saw some artifacts and some pictures from real life ones when I was at the Army Heritage Museum a while back with Jason. We went there in the end of 2022. I'll see if I can find a link for it in here. I do know it's in my travel channel, which I'll put a link on that one. But so I was excited. I'm like, yes, another book about this. This is going to be good. No, it wasn't. It just drug on. Just getting to the point of the story took forever, and I was just like, oh my goodness, are we ever gonna get there? It was one that I just kept picking up to read because I'm like, okay, I gotta finish this. Okay, I gotta finish this. I don't want to read it, but I'm gonna have to because I want to finish. Yeah, I hate to rank books poorly, but this was between a 1 and a 2. I just couldn't get into it. Maybe it was me, maybe it was my mood. I don't know, but yeah. It just took a long time. It was not a fast-moving book. And there was a secret, and the carrier pigeon was part of it, and it's kind of predictable. So there you go. I don't even want to waste my time talking about it because I was that unimpressed with it. So let's move on to book number 2, which was The Chocolatier. This one was set right after the war, where there was a lady working in a chocolate store as a chocolatier, and the military men are coming off the boats and they're coming into the store, and she's treating them, and she starts to befriend one, and she ends up falling in love and marrying one. Now, he had his quirks. There were some quirks, and he wasn't in touch with his family. And, a couple other little quirks that, looking at it in hindsight, you can see, okay, red flags, but, whatever. And they were married. They had a child, 5 or 6 years old. Everything was good. And then her husband died. And so she contacted her husband's family because she was like, they deserve to know. Even though he wasn't talking to them, they deserve to know. And the family invites her to come to Italy. And she goes. And then all hell breaks loose. Well, not really all hell. It's actually a good thing for her, but there are people that doubt her because why didn't you come here for that? Wow. And the story unfolds, and well, it's a good book. And I don't want to steal the thunder of the book because it's just a good book. I would rank this a 3. It's a good solid book. Didn't really knock my socks off, but it was a good solid book. So 3. For me, a good solid book is a 3. Anyway, it's going to be short and sweet today because those are the only 2 books I read. Have you read either one of these? Am I wrong with that Code Breaker's Secret? Because, maybe I was just in a mood. I don't know. Chocolatier, I would highly recommend. Anyway, on to reading. Thanks for watching. No excuses.